Rash. Could you tell us what that means?
Yeah, so I was pregnant with my first daughter about I guess a little over 7.5 years ago now. She's 7. And I had an allergic reaction to a laundry detergent that my mom recommended that I use. And I was like, what's the difference? Like, why do I have to use this one? And she goes, because it's what I used on you and it's what you have to use, and just do it. And I was like, all right,
okay.
Mom. Of course. So I did it, and I actually got an allergic reaction to the laundry detergent. And I called my mom, and I was like pregnant, and I was like hot and sweaty as you are pregnant in the summer.
Yes.
And I was having allergies and a rash, and I was like, this isn't safe for me. This can't be safe for a baby. Why did you recommend this? What's in this? And she was like, you asked me for my advice. If you don't want it, don't take it. And she's like, call me back when you're not so hormonal.
Yes.
So
thanks, Mom.
I was like, but what's in it? And she's like, I don't know. I was like, so I'm gonna Google it. And I did. I Googled it. And I found out that there are lots of untested and potentially harmful chemicals in everything from a laundry detergent to hand soaps, to cleaning products for your bathrooms, to diapers and wipes, to cosmetics. And
you said, I'm gonna...
Problem. I was buying stuff online, I was buying stuff from other countries because they have stricter rules. And I was like, this is so hard, it's so time consuming, and isn't there just one brand I can trust that's transparent about what's inside and that makes safe and effective products for every part of your home?
And you couldn't find one.
And I couldn't find one brand that did it all, so I created it. And that's The Honest Company.
That's what we do. We
just looked at me cross-eyed.
Cross-eyed?
Yeah. And they were like, right, you want to create a business. Good luck.
Yes.
And they're like, so why don't you just do like a perfume and we can do a licensing deal?
Ah.
And I was like, yeah, well, that's not really what I want to do. I mean, that's not really going to make a difference in the world.
And they said, but you look...
Technology. I actually am part of the generation, I'm part of the digital generation, and we get information online, we share content online, I learn about products online, and that's the community. Like, it used to take a village to raise a child, it's now online how we do it, and it's the internet. That's our new village. And I'm part of that millennial generation that cares about that. And so it was important for me to launch this company online. And that...
But you sought out Brian leap on it right away?
He didn't. He created a company called LegalZoom.com and another company called ShoeDazzle.com.
Oh, I know.
And he actually created the first e-commerce subscription business model. So he was kind of the only guy, because I wanted to do a subscription of diapers and wipes or household essentials. And the only way I could do that is with the guy that created the business model. And so I went to him. He was friends with my husband, and he turned me down.
And he's friends with your husband, Cash.
He's friends with my husband,
Cash Warren, who's an actor, yes.
And so then...
Were you surprised?
I was getting rejected by so many people. It was just like, oh, another one.
Okay.
Great. But what I did is, instead of it making me devastated and like go away, it made me more determined to make it work. So I took all the notes. He asked me a bunch of questions. I learned that if there's like more than 20 questions that you can't answer in a room, then you need to go back and reassess what you're doing. You want to like whittle it down to probably
Say that
5.
again, if there's more than...
Then you're not prepared.
Oh,
and
okay.
so that was one of the learnings that I got. So I went back, I pitched, I had a 50-page deck, it was too long. I got it down to 10 pages, it was concise, it was to the point. I addressed an issue, I came up with a solution, and I pitched him 18 months later. He had had a kid, and my husband, so that was one thing. And my husband said to him, look, 18 months later, she's like spending all this money, all this time on this, talk her out of it. And then he joined me. World, everything matters now in a totally different way. And he saw that his wife's habits changed and how she looked at ingredients, cared about what she was bringing into her home. And it really was seeing his wife's habits change that he felt like maybe I was onto something.
Good on you that you didn't give it up.
I mean, our policy currently is 10 weeks maternity and paternity leave.
And paternity leave.
Yeah, it's equal for both. But you know, since we've grown so quickly over the last 3.5 years, we are now able to enhance that. So I can announce here that we have extended it by January 2016 to 16 weeks paid maternity and paternity leave.
Bravo!
So,
Company.
and we're making a lot of huge sacrifices, and we're investing in the future. At the end of the day, we invest in our employees and in our culture internally at The Honest Company. It's so important to us, and we feel if we invest now, it will pay itself off later, and so that's where we're at in the
Bravo,
company.
and you see the value of that. Why then?
I was a crazy person after 10 days. I never would have been able to go back to work. You need to take that time also to bond with your baby.
Yes.
And it's also important for men to bond with their babies.
Yes.
It's not just something that women should get. And so I'm really proud of the enhanced policy that we have.
No, I'm proud of. I'm very happy.
I mean, I also think that, you know, I love when we hire people who are parents because I know they know how to multitask and they're very efficient with their time.
Yes.
And so, you know, if they're there for 6 hours, it's going to matter and they're going to make it happen, whatever it is. And I think it's important to shut down and to shut off. My weekends are when I'm like, that's my family time. I wasn't always this way. I was like working 24/7. I didn't know when to stop. But after I had kids, you can never give. I can never give back my moments when they're 4. Right now they're 4 and 7, and every night is so precious because in 2 weeks and 3 weeks they're going to be different people and they're going to like different things. And
well, this is what I heard about.
So
this is
because it's my third baby. I mean, I care about every piece of the company, from the way that the website is flowing to how we're marketing to customers or potential customers, to how our end caps look in Target and Nordstrom, and are we being displayed properly, training on my customer service, are they telling the right message? I mean, even packing out our boxes, are they getting surprised and delight every single time they open a package every month? I want to bring joy and delight to people's life. I want to make their life easier, and I want to give them peace of mind. And so I do touch on every part of the product.
Well,
and so I didn't just want a safe and effective product, but I also wanted it to be cute. And I was, and so we have really cute design. Worse. I dressed up as a clown in Riverside, California, to get people to go to a new condo thing that my dad's friend was trying to sell, and I was in that clown suit for 12 hours, and all I drank was Cactus Cooler and barfed on the way home.
Did you?
That was my real first job.
So is that where the entrepreneurs?
Total or per hour?
No, that's it. $20 done. He was like, you can get so much candy for $20.
Is that where the entrepreneurial spirit was born?
Do this again. Never ever.
But you started a strategy.
I never thought of there being an expiration date as an actress. I felt like it's just different stages. You play different roles. Like first you play the ingenue, and then you play the mom, and then you play the career woman, and then you play the grandmother.
Yes.
I mean, you can just, there's all different kinds of roles to play. I knew that The Honest Company needed to exist. And I just knew it needed to happen, not just for my family, but for everybody's family. It shouldn't be hard or expensive for people to have access to safe and effective products. And so that's really where my drive came from. It was a bit of a social justice issue. It was definitely a nonprofit mission that I built a for-profit business around.
Bravo.
But where are they? I think it's both a pipeline problem. If you look at the number of women who have degrees in computer science.
We actually, as part of Honest Beauty, we have a social aspect to everything at Honest Company. And Honest Beauty, we dedicated to girls who code and teaching teenage girls to code. And we had our first summer immersion program, and we had like 20 girls at our office every day for 6 weeks, and we taught them how to code, and they got to create apps about stuff that they cared about.
Yes.
And it was really cool.
Yes. Now,
there's around 18% of women in computer science, so there's not a whole lot of women that you could even employ. There's just not a whole lot out there. And we
are you a tech person?
Do not know how to code, but I can put in a JIRA ticket.
Okay.
I do know how to do that.
Or you? This audience
It is another
knows.
language.
This audience clearly knows. Yeah.
So yeah, there's a whole new world in language, and these girls, it was interesting through their eyes. I mean, their ages range from about 15 to 17, and most of them said, like, I just didn't know it would be this creative or fun, or I can create something out of, you know, they just didn't even know what the opportunity for them.
See, that's,
Do you find that's
you get to work in groups and in teams. You get to build products. Where my daughter, my oldest daughter,
I'm amazed at what these little kids can do.
I mean, they can navigate YouTube like a champion. They watch Disney collector videos. It's their favorite video channel. But I did send Honor, my 7-year-old, to coding camp.
To coding camp?
Coding camp, and she made an app. But they should have like given her some boundaries, because she wanted her app to cost $87, and I'm like, nobody's gonna download an app for $87. And my husband's like, you're just being too hard on her, and I'm like, I'm not. I'm just like stating facts. Like no one's gonna like
Jessica,
99 cents. Like
That is
maybe.
such an odd number, 87.
I was like, give Honor. She was like, no,
But
it's
it's such an odd
$87.
number. Yeah.
but you realize this is such a great experience and pricing.
No, she had to do pricing. She had to figure out what the app was going to do and the value. The customer was everybody. She didn't, you know.
I like that.
I was like, is it men or women or children? She was like, no, it's for everybody.
It's everybody.
And it's anyone who wants to look good. And it was a hair and makeup app.
Yeah.
And I was
Listen,
like, great.
this is-
Great question. Susan's been doing this a lot longer than me, so
Yes.
I'm going to let her speak.
But Jessica, and you're
Absolutely. We're always trying to find amazing talent, and especially a focus on women. I mean, we are a company, at the end of the day, it's for women.
Yep.
Women are buying our products mostly. And yeah, I mean, that's something that I believe in, is something that I support. Like I said, we support Girls Who Code.
and can we mention you just up there?
Star policy for women and men, and yeah, it's just there's just not a lot out there to choose from. Unfortunately, I wish there were more women that we can hire. Even, I mean, do you find the same challenge?
Yeah, I mean, everybody.
For everybody.
For everybody. And then you solve it all at one time.
Basic skill that everybody knows, absolutely. But you know, it might take you and a bunch of other people in tech, and I'll join if you want me to go and fight for this initiative and make it something that is, you know, across all of the education systems. I mean, it's going to be we might have to go to government and make it part of the curriculum.
You know, good luck with that. Why don't you do a perfume line?
When did I know it's really
When you thought, you know what, I have a company.
I think it was like the first month we were up, and people were emailing us and posting under my Facebook posts or my Instagram posts just how, you know, trying the product out for a couple days, how it impacted their life. People that I don't know, that I never met. It wasn't like my family members, you know, just saying, oh yeah, this is really nice, you know, good for you. It was like someone that I didn't know, and them saying, you made my life better. I slept through the night because my baby, after using your diapers, didn't get diaper rash, or after using your detergent, you know, my baby didn't have this asthma attack that my baby normally has.
What does your mom say?
And my mom works at my company.
Does she?
Yeah. She's on my sales team. She goes around the country and she trains on the floor staff at Nordstrom's, Target's, Whole Foods, and Bye Bye Babies on the Honest Company products.
Very
She brings them donuts in the morning and pizza in the afternoon.
Very nice. Very nice.
So yeah, it's really cool. She's really proud. So proud that she even joined the company. So that's really neat.
That's very nice. I didn't know that. That's
Kathy-
in front of a potential boss.
But I think in this industry, you have to be able to constantly be learning and constantly be asking the question.
Yeah, I mean, I find the same thing. I look for common sense and people who want to collaborate. Those are like the key things. That to me is always more important to me than a degree.